Alright, welcome to another Man Room Cigar Review with Dave and Tony. Today we're going to be doing the Romeo and Julieta Romeo.
This is a newer cigar. It's the Romeo and Julieta's attempt to have a bolder cigar.
This is not your daddy's Romeo.
It's true, it's a little more modern. The band is especially a little more modern. It's got a totally different look than the classic Romeo and Julieta does.
Romeo.
And I'm a big fan of their attempt to be more modern. I'm not sure I'm a big fan of the way the band turned out. I do like the way that it looks on the...
It's very blingy.
It is very blingy. I like how it contrasts with the actual cigar, but I'm not too big a fan of the actual design they came up with.
Well, I mean, bright gold and brown tobacco.
Right, yeah.
That's good.
Yeah. And it looks good. The colors look good. I'm just not a fan of the design of their actual wrapper.
Yeah. 6x54, good classic Toro size. The wrapper on it, a little veiny. So far, I mean, smooth to the touch.
I've got a great vein running right up the middle of it.
Yeah?
Yep.
It's a very vascular cigar.
Very vascular cigar.
That's right.
Yeah, the wrapper itself is nice and oily. It's smooth. There's no imperfections in it.
No.
So it looks really, really great.
Cool, man. What's the blend on it?
The blend is in an Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, and you got a Dominican finer and Dominican filler. What's actually really cool about this this wrapper is it's actually grown in the volcanic ash of Ecuador. So
there you go.
It's got a little bit different of a flavor to it. There's been some other cigars they've grown in that same soil, but it creates a unique flavor, and it's always enjoyable.
I'm getting a very clean flavor off of mine to start out. Kind of like a light, kind of a nutty kind of flavor off of mine.
Yeah, I get the nutty flavor too.
Mm-hmm.
It's also a little leathery.
Yeah.
For me, I like the strength of it off the beginning. I'm not the biggest fan of the milder cigars that Romeo and Julieta usually puts out.
Right.
So I don't smoke many of them. But this guy's got a little more body to it. It's supposed to be medium full. So far, it's holding up to that. It started right away.
I'm gonna say medium for now.
But it had more kick. I lit up a Romeo and Julieta. I'm not expecting so much.
Right.
I lit this guy up, and I was like, oh, this is nice. So it got a lot more body to it from the beginning than I normally would.
Cool. Well, let's smoke through these and go from there.
Sounds good.
We'll be back. All right, so we're getting into the second third of the cigar now. I'm getting a little bit of a caramelly kind of flavor off of mine now.
Yeah, it's got a little sweeter. I've got a lot of kind of like a black pepper too, and it's a little earthier than it was before.
It's interesting. I'm getting more of a spice off the exhale, but I'm getting sweetness on the inhale. No.
The leather's kind of faded away too.
I think that might just be a good in-play between the Ecuadorian and the Dominican, going back and forth.
Yeah.
So
The wrapper kind of get almost like a, I don't want to say ashy, but it kind of is like an ashier aftertaste on my tongue.
Okay.
Years ago I smoked a cigar that was grown in volcanic soil, and I got a similar aftertaste. It kind of lingers on my tongue a little bit.
Yeah. Kind of sits like right in the middle.
Yeah. So it's not unpleasant, but it's not.
It's different.
It is different.
Yeah.
And it's also not really it's not a contributor to the actual overall flavor profile in a positive way.
Right.
It's not really negative. It's just kind of.
It's just there.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like that one cousin you don't like at the party. He's just like there at the family function.
Yeah. So the flavor has definitely changed. It's got some complexity to the flavor, which is nice. It's a smooth smoke. I've had a nice even burn all the way around. My ash held well.
Mine was hanging tough until it went all over me.
Yeah.
Yeah, that sucked. I got about a good 2 to 3 inches off of it though before it fell.
Yeah, I was getting around 2 inches as well before
it
fell off, and I actually tapped mine off. It just looked like it was ready to go.
Yeah, well, it's because you saw mine.
Yeah, but overall the flavor's pretty good. I think the change in flavor was needed too, because the straightaway leather beginning was getting a little old, and then when it changed up and again became a little more complex, had that earthiness and that spiciness to it, I started enjoying the cigar a little bit more.
Yeah. Little background about Romeo and Julieta as a company. Obviously, a lot of people associate it with that Cuban brand, that Cuban name. However, the U.S. marketed Dominican cigars have been around for quite a long time now. They have a giant multitude of blends, but you still get a lot of people that say, well, what do you smoke? Oh, a Romeo. Oh, the Cuban one? No. Look, these are really good cigars. They have different counterparts to the Cuban brands for all of the big name cigars, so just when you're talking about the cigar, make sure you know which one is which. This way people don't think you're absolutely off base when you go, oh, it was super strong. No.
Yeah. Yeah, this is actually kept. It's not really super strong at all. It's kept kind of that medium full. It hasn't really come too far off the medium for me.
Yeah.
I'm not getting that much more strength out of it.
Yeah. So that was my rant for the day.
Yeah. So definitely not a full. More like the Cuban Romeos would be.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, this is it's stronger than the regular Dominican Romeo, but it's definitely still only medium body for me.
Yeah. All right.
So let's get a little deeper in these cigars.
All right.
Cool.
So finishing up our Romeo Toros. I'm getting a lot more of that pronounced ash flavor in mine.
Mm-hmm.
It's starting to salt up on me.
Yeah, it's and as I got through the band on this cigar, it kind of tanged out a little bit.
Yeah. Not in the good orange flavor tang.
No, it was. I definitely probably would have put the cigar down already.
Yeah.
If we weren't reviewing it.
Yeah.
So
So we're doing this for you.
yeah, jumping the grenade. But the earth tones came out a little more for me.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of lost the spice and the tanginess of it. You can say it soured up on me too. The flavor kind of stayed the same after that leatheriness went away. It kind of kept that same flavor profile I found.
Yeah.
But it's a decent flavor. It never got medium full. It stayed medium.
Yeah. Mine's putting out a ton of smoke also.
Oh yeah, the plumage has actually been one of the positives of this cigar. It's producing a lot of smoke.
We have enough white smoke. We can elect our own pope right now. I mean,
Yeah, we really could. And the burn has been great. The construction of the cigar was really well done.
It was.
The ash was great. It didn't flake. It stayed strong. They've actually got ash clumps in there that are still nice, solid pieces of ash. Yeah, it's been a nice. The construction and the way the cigar smoked was really good.
Yeah.
The flavor just didn't really match that.
I agree.
I would have liked more out of the flavor.
Generally, you can find these things anywhere from $8 to $12, depending on the size, store, and what state you're in.
Hopefully 8.
Hopefully 8. What are you gonna give it?
I'm gonna give it a 6.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was. The construction was nice. The cigar looked really nice from the beginning. It smoked really well. I just was not overly impressed by the flavor, and the fact that it soured up on me in the end.
Yeah.
I like to smoke my cigars as far down as I can. This one I would have already put it down. I probably would have put it down right around when I got to the band.
Yeah.
So I don't want to really
I got you.
give it too much on the flavor side of that rating.
Another thing I'm noticing is a little bit more of a sharpness towards the end of the tongue now.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna give mine a 6.5. As David said, we found that the flavor was lacking a little bit. Construction was great on it. Ash was good, even though it ended up in my lap. Overall, I feel like if you could grade cigars like kids, I would give it a needs improvement.
Yeah, I definitely, if I found the cigar in a humidor for $8, I'd buy a different cigar for $8 that I know I would enjoy better.
And by grading kids, I mean if I was a teacher, otherwise I would just be messed up.
You should probably put that in your original statement.
Well, after the fact. After the fact.
Whatever works.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So, please, don't forget to subscribe, and don't forget to comment if you have any questions, if you have anything you'd like us to review.
You can also comment on our Instagram, on our Facebook, on our Twitter. Send us any comments you have on the videos, any comments you have on the cigars. Tell us what you think of the cigar if you give it a try, and give us a cigar if you want us to smoke it. This was a suggestion on one of the YouTube videos. So if you have any other cigars you'd like to suggest, please do.
Yeah. Let us know what you think. Argue with us. We'd love to argue back.
Love arguing.
Yeah.
So
Thanks for watching.
Yep, thanks. Comment, subscribe.
Yep.
And see you next time.
All right.